I'd have him wrapped up.
He's tapping out.
Like, nah, dude. Once it's out, mama. Once it's out, I turn back into a pumpkin.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. It is Super Bowl edition. This
Arizona.
Is Arizona. This is our 8th Super Bowl.
Oh, I wouldn't even have a guess. I would have guessed 5, though. You mean you've been to more than me?
I've been to more than you, but
Have you, though, actually?
maybe not.
Because I remember the Patriots have been to more than me, Patriots fans. Because I remember Gaz, Dave, and Hank went down to
Yeah, those guys have been to like 1,000.
Pat Seattle.
I started going.
Houston might have been my first one.
Yeah,
Was that
so
your
we
first one?
probably have the same one.
The same?
So what's that? 2014,
Yeah, but we skipped 2
right?
because of like COVID and
COVID.
shit.
So like 6.
6. Let's call it 6.
6.
Yeah.
And usually it's funny. So Miami was obviously dope, but other than that, it was like Houston, Indy, Minnesota.
No, Indy, you went alone.
Oh, right. That was a wild story. I'll tell that in a second. But all the places we've gone:
Houston, Atlanta, Minnesota, Miami. This might be our 5th.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened in between those other ones. No, because it wasn't 14. It was like 16 was Houston.
15, I think. Anyway.
Whatever, yeah.
Anyway, is this your guys' first Super Bowl? Yeah, so this is the gang's first Super Bowl trip. The people at Barstool were like, only you and John can go. And I was like, no, absolutely fucking not. We don't know how to do any of this shit. Could you imagine if it was just us? Look at this.
We wouldn't do shows this
Fucking
week.
ridiculous. And they were like, okay, then only Nick can come. And I was like, no, the whole team is coming. They were like, okay, Nick and Jackie can go. And I was like, no, the whole team is going. They were like, okay, Nick, Jackie, and Pavs can go. I was like, yes. We got there. We got there. It makes me wonder how many things, and this applies to not to everybody in the world, but a lot of people. Like, this job is obviously unique, but it's like they tell us things, and then I was just like, no, we're doing the opposite of that, and they were like, okay. And it makes you wonder how many things they just like cross their fingers and hope you say you agreed to.
Yeah.
You know, so like whatever your
Dude,
job
that's like,
is in life,
it's like everything.
everything, like
Yeah.
like just expenses and things you can and can't do, and
Like driving sober. I'm like, no.
I was talking that I like better. I was thinking about the world of employment. I like expanding it to just life in general.
Yeah,
Everything's a suggestion.
Everything, like, no,
No.
I'm not doing that.
No.
Dude, I often think about because like we've talked about this before actually. When you think of like when I was growing up, like when I was probably like 18, 17, when I started going to bars, 17 to like 25, like it went like Marines, Green Berets, Navy, Air Force, whatever, and then right below them was bouncers. Like bouncers were cops.
yeah.
Like now a bouncer tells me anything, I'm like, look, I'm a polite gentleman, so I will, I'm not gonna be a
But
dickhead
you're
to
basically
somebody.
like, go fuck
But
yourself.
I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't
Yeah.
wanna do that. Like, what do you,
Dude,
what,
just
what are
so
you
many
gonna do to
things.
me?
Like you gotta think about when you genuinely don't care about something, and you're like, no, I'm not doing that. You know, like you're so confidently, or yes, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. When you really don't give a fuck, you're just like, I don't care who you are or what you say, so I'm gonna do what I want. You should just do that with life.
Yeah.
And definitely do it at work, because what you realize eventually is that everybody is faking it, and everybody is acting like they're more important than they are.
Yeah.
And then when they get called out on it, they're just like, oh, shit. Okay, fuck. Sorry.
Dude,
You know?
I actually
so
saw.
just fucking the amount of people who get like, and everyone's guilty of it. I'm not saying like, nobody's immune to it, but like you're afraid of your boss, or you're afraid of your superior, or you don't want to ask for the raise or the promotion, or do whatever, like just fucking do it or say it, and they're probably just gonna go like, okay, fuck.
Well, I don't want to fight about it either.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Like,
I was hoping my higher position would take care of this situation.
They just kick the
seems
can.
like it's not gonna.
They just kick the can down the road, or they're like, well, I've been getting away. This guy's been like agreeing to everything I said for like 10 years straight, so it was a good run. And yeah, I guess you can do whatever you want now.
Dude, I was thinking of a story. My uncle was like in the summer. He actually had like the best setup ever. He told me a story before where he would be a lifeguard on Horseneck Beach, Massachusetts, in like again a position of power. And
Yeah.
And he'd be like, dude, I would just fucking take beers all day. Where like he's like a car would roll into the parking lot with a
he would steal them from kids?
cooler for beer full of
Or
beers.
people,
Like he was the same age as everyone,
Right,
But it
right,
was
right.
like he's like, look, give me 6, and you can
We'll call it a day.
I don't fucking care. He's like, I do all that. He's like, and then I'd go to my next job where he was a security guard at fucking I think it was called Great Woods at the time, the Xfinity Center or whatever.
Yeah,
the
sure.
Comcast Center. It's been a bunch of things, but in Mansfield. And he's like, and I was a security guard there, and I would just sit on the hood of my trunk and drink beers, he's like, and in both places I was a respected person.
Yeah.
he said when he was in
like a
Mansfield-
feared person almost, you know? Like that's actually a great one. Fucking lifeguards at the beach. People will be like, dude, we got to get in between the flags. Why? Because that guy with a whistle said so. Like that guy is some sort of fucking professional like ocean marine biologist who's like, that kid is 16, hungover, and just like,
right.
get in between the red flags.
That way I can reach you if you start drowning. Otherwise, you're too far away.
right. There's just so many people in life that you should just say, no, I'm doing it my way. It's fucking people in your family, your parents. For so long, you just do what your parents tell you. Eventually, just be like, no, bitch.
Yeah, dude, I remember, and like I obviously learned that no was a valuable word for me at a young age.
Clearly.
when I got to Mondays.
Yeah.
But I remember I was much older this time. But when I was like sitting in the dark, I might have been drinking a beer. So I was in that beer range. I was probably like 18. You can kind of start having a beer on the holidays.
Yeah.
I was probably like maybe 18 to 22, something like that. And I was sitting like in the dark-ish, not pitch black, but like like the lights were out and it was getting ready for Christmas Eve mass, and my family just yelled up to the living room, like, John Henry, time to go to mass. And I just went,
Great one.
no.
And
I'm
you
not
said it
going.
like that, like if you could see yourself in the mirror, you were like, no. It's Costanza.
Yeah.
I
And they were
didn't
like,
know.
all right, we'll see you at the house late. Like it was like, I want to see you at your aunt's house later. And I was like, yes.
And then it's like taking the red pill in the Matrix or whichever pill. It's like the world just changes all of a sudden where you're like, I'm gonna do this for everything now. That is a fucking great one. Everybody say no to Christmas and Easter Mass now. I want everybody. I want all the chicken heads to go atheist and just say
You don't think
no.
I'm doing it?
And you know what? Do it with your fucking husband and wife too. Like we got to go to the your cousin's friend's baby's christening. No. What do you mean no? I mean, I'm not going. I don't know those people, and I don't give a fuck about their baby. Oh, and by the way, I hate the Catholic Church. I'm not going. And then what? And then you get a divorce, but whatever, like then you say yes. I want to get a divorce. Yes. But the lesson here today is just do whatever you want. Because whatever you think is probably stopping, whatever you think is stopping you, probably isn't. That's the lesson, kids. Are you guys like jacked up for this? Like for this? Is this a big deal for you guys?
I was pumped.
Yeah.
I've been to one Super Bowl when I was like 8. And
But
I
it's
don't
different.
really
Like
remember it.
we don't even go to the game.
Yeah.
Every year I tell people I'm going to the Super Bowl, and then they're like, "Wow, what's it like?" I'm like, "Oh no, I leave on Saturday." And everyone's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't." To be honest, I have no interest. I went to the Super Bowl. The only thing that could top this would be a Jets Super Bowl. I went to Giants Pats round 2. And, I mean, I've told this before, but it's probably been many years since I've told it. So even if you have heard it, it's been a long time. I was, what year was that, 2012? 12, 13? Like
Round
12
2,
season.
yeah. It was 07 and 11 with the team. So it would probably would have been February 2012.
2012. So,
I believe so.
at that point, the bar out in Montauk, the Sloppy Tuna, had opened up that summer prior. And they were making waves because they were, at this point, Montauk was still like low-key surfer town, a little bit of partying. Now it's like...
Sloppy Tuna got replaced last year.
Yeah.
With like a joke.
So Sloppy Tuna came in and they and others, but I think Sloppy really like brought the fucking party vibe. And this guy who owned it was like a real Wall Street shyster. Like
Shyster's up there with words that sound racist that aren't.
Yeah, that sounds like the other one that, you know. Like,
wait, what's the other one?
Shy. There's
oh,
shy.
yes,
Yeah,
okay. Maybe
yeah.
that's why.
That's probably why you're thinking it, yeah. He was like, I think he was like one rung above Madoff, like really grimy dude. I think he actually I know he bought Bernie Madoff's house slippers at his like estate sale.
He went the shilling robe with it?
Yeah. Which is, I was like, this is something like, he's like your idol. So this dude, he came in hot for the summer. He's the guy, he flew me out to Sloppy Tuna on a helicopter with me and 6 of my friends. He gave us one of every single thing on the menu. We partied there. He took us out on his boat all day. We partied at Sloppy Tuna in the evening. We did the, did you ever do the goldfish races?
I have not done that one. No.
Dude, goldfish races are awesome. It's one of the most fun gambling things you can do. They have these tubes that all like mix and match.
Yeah.
And you have like 5 of them, and you drop a fucking goldfish in, and whichever one gets to the end is the winner. And people could bet and stuff. And it's like you feel like you're like Frank Reynolds in an underground like Vietnamese gambling ring. You're screaming at goldfish in tubes. You're banging on the little
It's
thing.
almost like marble racing, kind of.
Yeah. So that same dude, and he was paying me well. This was back when like we were making bar money on the side. So he was like he was making it rain just to post on the website. And I was like, this is amazing. Anyway, he then hits me up for Super Bowl, and he was like, in the summer.
Sorry to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
What demographics did you bring for your friends? Because I heard you like going on the boat and all that stuff. What we going? You and 5 bros?
I brought Caitlin.
Okay.
And then 4 dudes.
4 dudes?
Yeah. Like
That's
4
good
of my
spot.
closest guys. Yeah. We got in a fight that night. Literally can't win. I remember being like, are you fucking kidding? We're fighting tonight? It's like, we just got off a helicopter. So anyway, this guy says, I'm taking you to the Super Bowl. Like, he told me that in the summer. And I was like, all right, I don't know, whatever, man. Super Bowl rolls around. He takes us on a fucking, not like, when I say a private plane, I don't mean like a private jet. It was a fucking plane that he rented out private. Like it held like 200 people.
Oh,
he got
it
like
had-
a
it had, like, 200
747.
seats?
It had rows of
That's
seats.
weird.
And it was like a bunch of Wall Street people.
Oh, but he filled them all up?
Not all, but a lot.
Oh, okay.
He probably took like I want to say, I mean, maybe this doesn't make sense. Like I don't know if he got everyone a ticket or what. Maybe he like they all sort of had their own tickets and he flew them. I don't know, but I think it was like 100 people.
That's
'Cause I remember the fucking man, these 2 guys. What do we? I had to make up a nickname for them when I was telling the story back in the day. I think I went with like Patty and Patty O'Shamus. It was Patty. It was these 2 Irish brothers were on the plane, and they got rocked. And we were flying out that day. It was like flying to Indianapolis, flying back that night. We're getting on a fucking like 747 with like no rules. And they were so hammered on the plane before we even took off. And he was yelling at the stewardess. I remember him going like, yeah, why don't you see, the stewardess said something like shut up, the stewardess said shut your clam, and he said, how about you open yours?
That's a good response.
And was like, these guys were blacked out before we even took off. And I'll never forget the stewardess, because they like hired like a pilot staff and everything for this fucking plane, got on like the little phone thing and was like, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Contrary to popular belief, this is an airplane and rules still do exist. Because like everyone was just like, we're doing whatever we want.
Yeah.
So we fly there, we get in a suite, we watch the fucking Giants beat the Patriots again. I was going like bananas as if like I was a full-blown Giants fan. And then we hop on that plane back, and that was like Con Air.
I can't.
Going home from that night, I was like scared. I was almost like, we should maybe just like get our own, like we'll stay in a hotel.
That's
and
one of those I would definitely. I'd want to stay for the party and for all that. I'd be like, but also I'm a little fucking terrified about what's going on in that place.
For fucking real,
Dude, like the only reason like the people on like the White House Cowboys survived is because they were professional football players.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that kind of the build to survive a fucking drunken flight home. From
I
a
will
football
say
game.
that it was. I think when we were boarding, it was like I think people were missing the flight. And like they were running down the runway. I remember like because you go on like one of those fake terminals,
World War Z style.
Yeah,
like,
but then
get it in the air.
it was like fucking when we pulled out of Afghanistan. People were hanging on to the fucking plane, and everybody was like rowdy and wild, and the stewardesses were like scared for their lives. And then the whole plane crashed.
Yeah,
The people on it crashed, and it was like. That was the only Super Bowl I went to outside of Barstool. Every other time I've gone to the week and then never the actual game. But I just like, this is one thing I feel like an asshole about. Like I totally take this week for granted.
For sure.
I was like, this is like just almost a nuisance. I'm like, oh, I got to plan this. Oh, we just got back from Amsterdam. I got to do this. I got to fly out there. And then I'm thinking like I hear that we have a house with fucking field goal uprights and a basketball court and a pickleball court,
Mini golf,
pool table, mini golf. I'm like, holy shit, man. Maybe I guess it's time to remember that this is pretty cool.
This is pretty cool. So you're here Saturday, right? I know you can't stay. The only thing I would recommend as someone who's done the full weekends, the Wheels Up party is sick, but it's not like it's sick people watching. It's
Wait,
sick.
what's that? What?
It's like one of the like private parties that like are big on.
Oh, Wheels Up, like the company.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, okay.
No, like Saturday afternoon. At least that's when it was the one time I went. But like,
there's just so many stars,
dude. It was like I went with my brother and my dad that year.
Yes.
They were here. And I would just keep whispering to Benny. I'd be like, yo, turn around. And then he'd turn around. He would hit Steve Smith in the head.
Yeah.
It was like everywhere, like not Gronk because they were playing, but like the Gronkowskis and actually no, Gronk was playing that game. The Gronkowskis were there, but it's just like everywhere you look is like a celebrity.
I remember thinking you repaid your father.
Yeah.
I remember thinking this because like I think about like trying to repay your parents for like literally money and time and effort and being an asshole for all these years. And it's almost impossible unless you can give them like a boatload of money. But you took your dad to the Super Bowl. The Pats won.
Well, he paid for it.
Oh, no, but you got him into like the parties and
I got
shit, right?
I got the tickets.
Right.
I got the hookup.
Right. You got the hookup, so he paid for it. But then
It was
wasn't there also
that was so embarrassing because it was still like this was like 5 years ago,
Right.
And like I mean, like, honestly, now I could do it now, but it was like I called, so like I call. I'm friendly with the Crafts, as we like all of us are, and Dan helped me out. I was like, "Do you have
Dan
any,
Kraft?
Yeah, like, do you have any tickets?" And he's like, "I got you." And he goes, "I'm gonna put you on my assistant. She'll take care of it." And I was like, "Fuck yes, so sick." And
Yeah, like I got the hookup, man.
and then I was like,
what's your credit card number?
Feidelberg +2. And she was like, it was like, I forget what face value were, but let's call them like, let's say it was $7,000.
Yeah, it was
face
like
value.
it was thousands each, right?
Whatever, yeah.
I want to say it was that because I think I remember it was like 21 grand.
It was like $7,000 per.
Yeah.
And it was like, what's your credit card, motherfucker? I have a debit card. I don't know. I got a red Bank of America card, and I played it so cool. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Can I just? I'll call you back in like 10 minutes. I gotta go find the card. I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, right. Played it cool. She was like, okay, broke bitch.
Yeah, but I don't think
she was like,
talking
hey
to broke
Dan, you know
boys.
that guy you want me to hook up? He's broke.
But it was luckily my dad has my same name, so I called. John Feidelberg.
Middle initial doesn't matter. Don't ask. But wasn't there like
But then yeah, we got him into the parties and stuff like that.
and I
then
think there was someone at the party that like
it was me and the Gronks were shirtless wrestling.
yeah.
And like someone at the party with us was like, he was just watching, beaming ear to ear.
Yeah.
Just like you and the Gronks wrestled. We were
Yes.
the only people on the dance floor, the chain smokers. And it was just Me and like 4 shirtless dudes wrestling each other.
That's your dream. That's your dream. It's the Pats.
Yeah,
It's the Super Bowl. You're with your family. You're drunk and you're wrestling. That's like when you die and go to heaven, it's just that on a loop, bro. While like Olympus Has Fallen is in the background. That's a dream come true, man. If you haven't gotten your KFC Radio Whistlepig bundle yet, what are you doing? You get yourself a bottle of our 10-year anniversary single barrel rye. You get a Whistlepig stopper, which is their pig logo catching a football
For the big game.
and then you get a bottle of fresh Vermont Whistlepig maple syrup for you to make yourself a little old-fashioned with a little sweetness. It's actually maple syrup orange, so it's got a little bit of that citrus and a lot of that sweet to make the Whistlepig whiskey even better when you're having yourself an old-fashioned. My favorite cocktail in the world is a maple syrup old-fashioned. I will never forget the first time I discovered those, and I drank like 11 of them in a night, and the bill was huge, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, that is my my go-to. If you can get me a little maple syrup in there, especially when you mix it with some Whistlepig. You don't even need the maple syrup when it's a high-quality whiskey like Whistlepig, but gives that extra sweetness. So you get the whole pack, or you can just do the if you're not into the maple syrup, you can just do the stopper and the bottle. But either way, if you buy any KFC Radio bundle right now and use promo code GameDay23, you get 15% off any single barrel bundle. So getting high quality whiskey like Whistlepig at a 15% discount is almost never possible. So get on it now. GameDay23. When you go to shop.whistlepigwhiskey.com. That's shop.whistlepigwhiskey.com. It has all the bundles available there. Use promo code GameDay23 for 15% off.
It's also a great Valentine's Day gift.
Beautiful.
Or any gift at all. It's perfect. Get it for the game. Get it for Valentine's Day. Just get it. I'm going to try and use a segue so we can come back if we have more to say. Do you have more to say?
I don't think so.
I got, just speaking of family, I just got such an all-time text from my grandfather today. Dude,
I forget that you have grandparents.
I got one.
Yeah.
And so he texts me.
Is
And
Polly's dad or no?
my dad's dad.
Yeah, dad's dad.
Yeah. And so he texts me, and I call him Papa Joe. It's my grandfather, Papa Joe. And so he texts me a picture of Papa Joe Corner. And it's like a street sign kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, one of my cousins found this street sign today.
Just like funny.
Yeah, who you got in the Super Bowl, whatever.
Yeah.
And I forget. And I was like, yeah, I'm heading to the Super Bowl right now. Hard to bet against Mahomes, whatever. And he gives me the etymology of the name Papa Joe.
Okay.
That's what I've called him my whole life. And he's like, and I'm the oldest of the grandchildren on that side, on both sides, I think. And he goes, I remember when you were born, and your mother asked me what I'd like to be called.
Yeah.
And I said, Joe. And she said, well, that's insane. So you're going to go Papa Joe. But I was like, so I even called my mom. I was like,
I mean, his name is Joe.
his name is Joe.
Okay, yeah. And he just wanted his grandkids to call him Joe.
I was like, can you imagine if I was a 2-year-old being like, what's up, Joe? like, imagine if I was 5 years old.
Dude, my kids 100% do not know my parents' name.
Like their first names?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
100%.
No way.
No way.
No way. I'll tell you.
I don't. One of my grandmothers died when I was like 3 or 4.
You don't know?
I mean, she's Mem, but I don't. Margaret. I think it's Margaret.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Back then, you could be like Margaret or Agnes. Like, there's a good chance.
No, it's
Joe.
Pauline. It's Pauline. It's my mom's name.
But wait, no, it's not. Right? What's Pauline? What's Polly's real name?
Polly's name is Pauline, I think. Paula. Paula's my mom's name.
No, but what was Geraldine?
Oh,
yeah,
Geraldine.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
my mom's name is Geraldine.
So that's probably what.
But also it's Paula. Also it's Polly. But I was thinking about like what if I was like a kid and I was like hanging out at my friend's house and my grandfather came to pick me up and I was like don't worry, Joe's coming to get me.
Joe's coming.
Like,
What up, Joe?
This old man pulls in the driveway like, who's that? I'm like, it's
it's
Joe.
Be cool, it's Joe.
He's like, he lives down the street from me in this fucking big house. Like, what do you mean?
That would get so complicated. Like when teachers would like, you know what I mean? They'd be like, "Is that your grandpa?" I was like, "That's Joe."
I don't know.
Like, that's just a
What is
random
it,
man who
that's
takes
Joe.
care.
What are you, an idiot? Like, I'm the kid here. I know that's fucking Joe.
He just didn't get it, or that's what he wanted. He was like,
He's a very prim and proper man.
Got it.
Like,
Got it.
He probably wanted me to
Call
call him
me
Mr.
Joseph.
Feidelberg,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
Dude, I randomly, my dad's dad, we called Grandpa Clancy.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
It's kind of weird to have your last name
It's
in
a
it.
little. You went full tilt all the time.
I guess I only saw him like very, very sparingly. So I guess when we did see him, I wouldn't say. I would be like if he was across the way, I'd be like, "Hey, Grandpa Clancy." But if I was talking to him, I would be like, "Hey, Grandpa," what's I don't know. It's like sometimes I would say it, sometimes I wouldn't. But that was kind of weird.
How I want to know weird? So after I reply to that text from Papa Joe, he hits me with this one. Your grandma moved to her new life 7 years ago today. My grandma died 7 years ago.
Moved to her new life.
It took me a while to even figure out. I actually Googled her obituary. I was like, February 6th. Okay, that's what he meant.
Death Day, yeah. Were you like,
buddy.
condolences?
I am the fucking
Joe?
This is all not going on social, but I am the king of like knowing how to talk to people. Like give them what they want. I just give people what they want.
Yeah.
Right? And this was right after Ashton Kutcher. So I just had a big interview and was very nervous before. Ended up going great. No doubt that was helpful.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's what he wanted to hear for sure. Wait, is Ashton Kutcher on this one?
Yeah.
Dude, Ashton Kutcher's on this episode. And let me tell you, take all of those lists of sexiest man alive or like who would you switch lives with, coolest guys, hottest guys, top 10 Hollywood celebs. Take all those lists, throw them in the fucking garbage, make new lists with Ashton Kutcher number 1, and don't even bother with a number 2.
It is.
That's how fucking cool Ashton Kutcher was. And I'm this is not prisoner of the moment. This is not recency bias. He is genuinely my number 1, probably now and forever.
He was.
I cannot think of anyone who's going to top it.
He was, and the only reason we don't think of him as like a number 1 is of his own doing. It's like
because
he intentionally doesn't.
That's
like,
why he's number 1.
Right, exactly.
Like he would 100% be at the top of every list if he wanted to live that lifestyle. He won a fucking modeling contest. That's how he got into like the business. They were just like, "Yeah, you're now the face of Calvin Klein." And he went on his first audition, and they were like, "Yeah, you're on that '70s show." Like he
just tweeted at you.
What did he say?
He said, "At 8:55, it's 8:55. You guys are a blast. Thank you."
Be still my heart. I'm a little wet. Dude, that made my fucking day. He was awesome too. He was like talking shit and like busting my balls. And if he wanted to just be like the Hollywood Mimbo, like he could have been. He could have just gone that route. And instead, he's a fucking biochemical engineer, and he's fighting human trafficking. Like all, yes, he's handsome and like cool cat, but also like does amazing things with his life that he was given.
I always knew he was
makes
smart.
money, like all.
I knew he was a smart investor. I didn't know he kind of gives us like his trajectory here. I didn't realize it was like I was a biochemist.
Yeah,
I think,
and
I thought it was just like a guy who was rich who knew how to spend his money.
He glossed over it, but he has a fraternal twin who has who had a terminal heart disease and needed a heart transplant, and he was like, I'm gonna like go into this field so that no one else ever has to do this. And we only had a half hour with him. Maybe, God willing, if there's a second interview where we can dig into some more of it. According to his Wikipedia, I might go on a limb and say Ashton Kutcher has the best Wikipedia of all time. I almost told him that. It's like, some people's Wikipedia is like they were in a movie and that's it. Yeah. His is like thorough. He almost accordingly, did some John Q shit and was like, I'll give him my heart. Like, I'll kill myself and you can take his heart, which is fucking crazy.
That is particularly for a 13-year-old.
Yeah, he was young at the time, which is
at least like
nuts.
that was the age he said.
Yeah, who knows if that's blown out of proportion or not real according to Wikipedia. But anyway,
I've seen that clip. He said, he's like, I was going to go walking. You're walking track for
Yeah, he was gonna jump off a bridge, and his dad had to be like, "No, dude." But just like the most selfless, cool cat.
Who am
out
I
there.
to correct a guy as smart as him? But if someone wants your organs, if you want someone to have your organs,
I don't think jumping off a bridge.
Not the way to do it.
No, imagine
Not
if
the
it was
way
just
to
like,
do
well,
it.
you ruined the heart, dude.
Yeah.
now you're both dead.
I mean, he's a much smarter man than I. He might know what he was doing. I think if you're in the
Better way to
game
do
for
it.
someone else having your organs, it'd be best not to put him in a blender first.
So maybe not so smart, Mr. Kutcher.
I hope we're laughing about that, Ashton. If you're listening,
he's probably like, you fucking assholes. One thing that is not on the interview, when he left the building, he got mobbed by a bunch of fans, and we talk about it in the interview, kind of like celebrity life and what it's like dealing with the rise of TMZ and social media and stuff. He was on the phone, walks out of the building, and like doesn't even break his conversation and just lets these people fucking like grab him, twist him, take a picture here, take a picture there. His manager's like yelling like, guys, come on, keep it moving, keep it moving. I stopped him at first. And I was like, do you want to like go out the back way? And they're like, no, like we're used to this. I don't know how these people even found out that he was there. And it was actually like pretty fucking horrible. It was like, I can't believe that they keep their cool and they just like do that all the time.
Well, sorry if you finished.
But I mean, it was just like weird. They were weird people who were very, very into it. And it was like, you changed my life and like I love you, and it was all nice shit. But he's like clearly on the phone and trying to go somewhere, and they're like, I'm next. And it was just like, this is fucking bizarre. Mm-hmm. And that's Ashton Kutcher, who's got a low profile and keeps it like, very under the radar. I can't imagine when you're like mobbed everywhere you go with that kind of shit.
Well, I'm glad you brought all that up, because there's some hullabaloo. I don't know how to say it. I'm so sick of people are saying, so I don't know. There's some hullabaloo around the idea of
That's
LeBron.
the scientific term. Hullabaloo.
LeBron said that, he there are parts of his life he regrets, where he wishes he could go to get his name written on a Starbucks cup one day, or he wishes he could go shopping at Target. And people are reading these quotes in type. I haven't seen him say them. I don't know what tone he was saying them in. And frankly, I don't think it matters what tone he was saying them in. I completely understand where he's coming
totally
from.
entitled to feel that way.
Like, but people
What are
are like,
people's-
people are like, oh, like poor billionaire, poor fucking sad rich guy.
Bro,
you
suck
can be
my
both.
dick.
He's like, yeah. If I could imagine if you were like LeBron, you can be living in your car again as a 15-year-old. Or you could be
Right.
the billionaire. But okay, I'm gonna be the billionaire.
Yeah.
But also, in a perfect world, I'd like to be able to like fucking walk down the street one
How
day.
many fucking rich people have we seen end up dead or addicted or depressed or in jail? How many do we need before people realize that like it's not a cure-all? It's not the best thing in the world. It's not. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, how are we still thinking that like money fixes a lot of things, but like it doesn't mean that you're and
It's my second favorite Kanye quote. Having money's not everything. Not having
money.
it is.
Yeah. I mean, the feeling. I think.
I thought you were gonna ask me my first one.
What's your first one?
I love Hitler.
What? Got him.
Got myself at least. That's all I'm in the game for.
Heil Hitler. It's funny because it's fucking true, man. It's so wild that all happened. I think money, like the hardest thing. I think the biggest pressure in life is like worrying about money, and then when that's gone, like you can open up other doors and like a lot of shit can change. But like that's really it,
Yeah.
And I also think
It's just like yeah, we all. No one's envious or no one's sympathetic about LeBron's wealth, but you can understand his standing. Nate had a tweet about it. It was like, Michael Jackson rented out a fucking mall and hired people to pretend to shop so he could feel normal for a fucking day.
Yeah, just so to know what it's like to go grocery shopping.
It's not. Look, no one's arguing that LeBron has
know what
the
would've
hardest life of all time, but I do have some empathy for someone who just wishes they could go out in public one day.
You know what would have been really cool? So if you don't know that story, Michael Jackson rented out a mall, specifically rented out a grocery store, though.
Oh, it was a grocery store? I thought it was a full
No,
mall.
I think, but like, so specifically within that is a grocery store portion of his day.
Okay.
And they're like pushing carts and they're pretending to shop and they're just not. They're fucking actors. And because he just wanted to know what it feels like. What if those actors like just behaved in a fucking ridiculous way? Where it was like
this is how it is.
yeah,
normally.
like Michael Jackson's like, did you know that like you have to throw your groceries like through a fucking, you know what I mean? This guy doesn't know what it's like to shop, so let's just pretend this is what we do. Anyway, what drives me crazy about people who pull that card with the money, almost everybody has experienced, I would hope or imagine, has experienced like I was young and had no money, or I was dirt poor, and now I'm making more money, but like my life is not necessarily better.
Yeah.
So just like extrapolate that. That's how it goes.
How
You know
about
what I mean?
this? How about you got recognized by someone you didn't want to see in the store, and now they're talking to you?
All the time.
Only
that's
everybody.
every second of your life.
It's every person you see
Yeah.
ever. It's
Yeah.
someone who's like, hey,
Right.
haven't seen you since high school. How's things been?
Right.
Like, get the fuck
Now
away from me. I just wanna do my
imagine
shopping and
that
be done.
it's 10 of them at once,
Right.
every second of your
And they're
life.
asking for pictures, and they're
and,
telling you.
and you can't imagine how that would be like bothersome or
Right.
or like how about you have like an annoying family member who like takes money from you or bothers you or you have to take care of. Imagine everybody. Imagine all like it's not that far fetched. It's like, yeah, all right, he has a bunch of nice shit, but remember when you got that big raise and now you make a lot more money, but you have a lot more bills and all that shit. Like that's just a bigger version of that.
I will not lose an ounce of sleep tonight for LeBron James. I will not cry
No.
for LeBron James. I understand where he's coming from when he's like, I just wish I could go to a store one day.
I also remember when I was talking to Christian Yelich, like right after he got his big contract, and I was like, there's got to be part of you that's like, I'm good, man. Like, I made it now.
Yeah.
If nothing else goes right, like, whatever. And he's like, no, it's the opposite. Now I have to live up to this money.
He was like, nah, watch this.
Nah, man, the shift. They're banning the shift. My boy Yelly's going to be fucking back. But it's like...
You damn right, Kev.
You could hear it in his voice. No, this is where it gets hard. So, all right, we'll do some voicemails.
I got a few.
We got a
things,
few.
too.
Yeah, we got a few things before
We got
voicemails.
one other thing I was gonna say is that this weekend. Oh damn it! I fucking accidentally closed it. So this weekend, I was out with getting some beers with a friend on Friday night, and we got texts from our other friends. We're like, "Hey, we're going to dinner with these older people who I know. Why don't you come meet us?" And I said, "I'm not gonna crash. I'm with a high school buddy right now. I'm not gonna crash at dinner. Why don't you tell me when you're going to get drinks afterwards, and we'll come meet you there. We'll come meet you for the nightcap." They said, "Dude, it's fucking. You're not crashing anything. We're just getting drinks. It's at the Hotel Chelsea. Like we're just getting drinks. We're just chilling. Just swing by." I said, "All right, I'll come." I walked into a 16-year-old girl's birthday party, and I was like, when I said I didn't want to crash dinner, also implied in that was I didn't want to crash a 16-year-old girl's birthday party.
We know Ravi Patel, we know his friends who produce and write. We have a bunch of people now who are like in Hollywood who know this show. How is somebody not making a fucking show out of your goddamn life? Like in just the last 2 weeks, you have 3 fucking new episodes. Oh, his cousin's friend is crashing and Amsterdam trips. He's going to 16-year-old girls' birthday parties by accident. Like it's just fucking like season 3 episode. We're on season 10, episode 3. Here we go,
Bro, but so and I know I actually even know the girl whose birthday it was, so I did pop into the room to sing happy birthday to her because I do know I say older couple, but they're not old people by any stretch of the imagination. They're just 16 years older than me, give or take.
Yeah.
And so at the Hotel Chelsea, they do have this private room, which is where the girl's birthday was, and then there's a bar right next door, which is where the adults were. So I really wasn't crashing anything until they were like, "It's time to go sing happy birthday," and then we ended up staying in there a little bit longer. And I was with my buddy, and that's where a real moral quandary started to set in.
I almost just need to preface this with if you're a lawyer or somebody, like, this doesn't count, okay? This part of the podcast, if you're in law enforcement
Bro, I
or
think this is
child
a
protective
reasonable
services,
concern.
like, this is JK, all right?
All right.
Go
So
ahead.
you're two adult men at a 16-year-old girl's birthday party. And mind you, a couple of these girls like were stoolies and took pictures with them.
Oh, my God. Heavens to Betsy.
Like, so we're standing there, and in my head, none of this was an outward conversation. No one would be foolish enough to say it out loud. But I was
I'm just
like,
going to stare at the ceiling right now for this fucking segment.
I was like, in my head, I was like, do I want them to think I'm ugly or hot? Because of the two of us, there's one of us who's ugly and there's one of us who's hot, as far as the girls are concerned, right? Like, I'm like, which one do I want to be? And I still don't know the answer. That's the moral quandary. My ego doesn't want me to be the ugly guy.
Yes, your ego wants to be the hot dude. What part of you would say, like, just like the moral part of you, like the?
I guess
the
I just
adult-
don't want to be. I
the-
don't want to
the-
be
the
lusted after by
responsible-
children.
Yeah, the responsible.
Call me a hero if you must, but. But it's to say, like,
No, I think there's nothing wrong. Like, if you ask the question, like, everywhere, if you could, like, have a genie snap your fingers, whatever you want to say, every room you ever walk in, everybody will think you're hot. You'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then it's like, well, you just walked into a second grade class.
Yeah, right.
Now what, bro?
You tell those
just
kids to get their mind out of the gutter.
Yeah, it's just funny that you know, if you really think about it, there are times you don't want to be hot.
Right. Well,
Or
I
you don't want to be
reconcile it
thought
with,
of
like,
as hot.
But I
But
was
you wanna
putting
be the
this
hot
really on
one.
the foot with, like, it's actually 16-year-old boys. I wouldn't really care about their opinion, but if I was like hanging out with like 7-year-old boys, I'd be like, I want these kids to think I'm cool.
Wait, you don't care what the
They'd be like,
16-year-old
so you
boys
play
think?
sports all day? I'm like,
Yeah.
all day, guys, all day. I just play sports and video games. I watch TV. I have the best. I have pockets full of candy all the time. This kid's like, holy shit, he's got the best life ever. I'm like, you're goddamn right, I do. Tell your parents I'm cool as shit. You know ice cream? We know ice cream. We love ice cream. I eat it all the time. You know,
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
You know when your mom says no? I'm on my second pint.
You really
All I do is want to impress children.
You really do live. You live a 7-year-old's dream life.
Dude, a dream life.
But that's specific. It's that. It's like stay up late, watch TV,
Yeah.
eat candy.
Remember bedtimes? Not
Done.
me. I don't anymore.
No
I
way,
don't remember
man.
last time. I couldn't tell you last time I had a bedtime. Guess what? I don't go to church on Christmas. I'm just done with it. I'm just done with it. Like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Wear whatever I want, eat whatever I want, do whatever I want.
Dude, I wear hats for corn companies. I can just get dressed however I want. No one stops me.
It's Halloween. I wear a costume every day of my life.
No
But
one has
so-
stopped me in over 10 years, dude. I just can do whatever I want. Like, I want to be a blogger when I come up. Like, no, hang on a second.
But if it was the 16-year-olds, you don't care about their opinion, or you think that they wouldn't think you're
16-year-old
cool.
guys, 16-year-old boys are little shits. So they're gonna be envious of my life. They wouldn't think it's cool. They're like, you fucking loser. You.
Well, so I think you want the 16-year-olds to think you're cool, and you're afraid that they wouldn't, and so you're saying
Well,
I
they
don't care what they
definitively
think.
wouldn't. They definitely
Okay.
wouldn't. You got a fucking corn hat, you idiot. Go to church.
Yeah, 16-year-olds now are so lame. It's like 21 Jump Street. It's like, you know, they'd be like, "What's your carbon footprint like, dude?" But that notion of whether or not you want it to be the hot one.
I think it's a reasonable notion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've been wrong before. Probably happen again. At some point.
I mean, here's the thing. You just don't. I don't want them to be lusting after me, like you said.
Yeah.
I also just don't want to be the ugly one.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want a crew of 16-year-old girls no more than I want a crew of 30-year-old
But
girls,
then-
a crew of 100-year-old women saying that guy's fucking ugly.
Because you never want to be the ugly one.
Never.
But also, that means you're sitting there and going, hope everyone doesn't think I'm ugly.
Exactly.
Which is
I
thinking,
hope you think that
hope
I'm hot.
everyone in here thinks I'm
That's
hot.
why everybody, you know, judging at home, you're in the same boat with us.
Yeah,
you know?
go hang out by a middle school and then tell me how you feel.
Yeah. Walk a mile at the high school prom before you judge me, okay?
Jackie, what would you do in a boys' room?
I do think it's different with guys and girls.
It also kind of like reminds me like when I babysat like these two boys. I would feel so weird because I would like they would respond to me significantly more if I put on makeup. But then I was like, is it weird if I'm putting on makeup like for these like 6 and 7-year-old boys? So then I would like was in like a
So you got dolled up like it was
morning.
date night to go babysit?
No, I wasn't getting up like date night, but I would be like
to catch a
doing-
predator here. Why don't you take a seat, Jackie?
No, that's not what I meant. But like
These kids, I would put on a push-up bra.
I'm
wearing a mini skirt, and they would listen to me all night long.
Shouldn't have come on.
Jackie learned the hit me baby one more time routine so the kids would go to bed.
Clear. It's like I'm talking about like a little bit of mascara, just when I like made myself look a
Sure,
little better.
yeah.
But I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it because I felt too creepy.
And then they
would like be like, "Shut
rebel.
the fuck up, bitch." If, like, I said
Jackie,
So in that case, in a room full of 16-year-old boys, you would wanna
no.
You would
16-year-old boys don't give a fuck about. 16-year-old girls give a fuck about. I want them to think that I'm cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that.
That- I
right.
don't
That's
care
what I
about
was saying with the
16-year-olds.
opposite sex is easier.
No, but you said you don't care about the 16-year-old boys.
No, I care about 7-year-old boys.
Right.
God.
But
Clip
We
that.
don't have to be
Clip
as
that.
specific as we're being. We can say the young boy. No, never mind. There's really no
Nope,
good
that
way
sounds
to do it.
creepier.
Yeah.
By the way, your nose is like, I for so long I was like, I don't see a difference, and I'm happy you're happy, but now I see the difference.
It's still swollen, but people are so
still
mean about
swollen?
it on social media.
Yeah,
People are like,
fuck 'em.
yeah,
You're
whatever.
gonna be
but
mean about everything forever.
Thank you very
Fuck
much.
'em.
I appreciate that.
No one would say it to your face like they would about your hands.
The tanning.
Yeah, it looks like you were wearing
the
gloves.
orange. Yeah, I fucked up a little bit. I fucked up a
You've
little
done
bit.
that so many
I
times.
noticed
I
it when
know,
we were playing.
Yeah. Well,
You know what the problem is
Whatever
too?
it is.
it's worse when you don't say it out loud. Like it's worse
What?
that you were thinking that.
Yeah,
Huh?
like, she
Well,
just
I
needs
was
to
my
look
face.
at-
I was
yeah.
saving it for being in front of cameras.
Yeah. It's also the problem is when Jackie, when her hands are tan, it's because they're fucking massive.
Yeah, well,
So they're
Because then I
they're
wasn't
these
gonna tan
giant
my-
tan
glad you said that
paws.
because
You know,
when we were playing, what is this game here?
Ski ball. Nope.
shuffleboard.
We were playing shuffleboard. I thought she had on like
Gloves.
It was like Andre the Giant with the soda cans.
Like fucking Always Sunny with the gloves. Uncle Jack. I was like,
Oh, like Hulk hands.
why is Jackie wearing gloves right now?
Okay, I specifically tanned them so that they would look smaller because you guys are so mean about my.
no,
Let
now
me
they
tell you
just-
something that what happened. We call that backfire.
Backfire.
It was a backfire.
That was those are
Classic
just
backfire.
You did a great
giant,
job with that camera. I'm gonna stand
I know.
up still while you're.
no. You can't. My legs are hurt.
huge tan paws.
It does. They look like gloves. They look like
Stop looking at my hands.
I have a pair of ski gloves.
I'm gonna do like I'm gonna put on gloves like.
I got a pair of ski gloves that like that of that color.
Yeah, they're
They look
brown
like-
leather.
They look like really old gardening gloves.
Stop. And I got my nails done, and turns out I'm just allergic to all nail polish now, and so I'm currently breaking out in hives again.
no.
Jackie can't travel without breaking out knives.
Anyway,
speaking of-
back to being pedophiles.
Okay.
Hell
yeah. Back to the meat of the show. Welcome, Ashton Kutcher fans. Thanks for tuning in.
Bro, his life's work is about stopping people from sexualizing children.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. We have to cut all this and just put it in the next episode. I'm not sexualizing children. I'm talking about children sexualizing me.
And you know what, Ashton? We need you to help us out on that front, too. We need an app for people like John getting exploited
Stumble
by
into
the
16-year-old birthday parties.
This is when I say off the rails. Like we have derailed and went over the cliff, and the train exploded. But in deep down in places you don't talk about, and you don't want to admit.
I'd never
You
thought
want
about it in my
to
life.
be hot.
That guy.
Like if you have.
I was like turning down
if you have
carbs.
kids,
It's like cake? No, not for me. I keep it tight.
this is full Dennis Reynolds. This is full blown.
I'm kidding. I hate cake, obviously.
If you have like if you have kids and they have friends and you're like in the community and all and known in school and shit, like you want to be a MILF, you want to be a DILF,
Right.
But that's inherently weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm missing a spouse.
Yeah, that's why like
I'm weird uncle.
that's why
I should get used to.
What's his name in The Departed? Alec Baldwin, his character. That's why you gotta get married. It lets you know you're not weird. It's like so you can be the DILF. Otherwise, you're just old man. And like
Yeah,
the fuck.
that's
you're
true. Dude,
you're
plenty of
old
fucking
MILF.
dads and moms get dressed to go like pick up their kids at school.
Yeah,
and shit.
totally. You're right.
Oh yeah, I'm in
But
the
they
fucking
are.
clear, bro.
But they have their own. They have a reason to be there, John.
Bro, I didn't.
John, they have a reason to be there.
I got tricked into going. Bro.
So earnest. Tricked into going. It's not my fault.
Dude, I will show you the text exchange. Like, tell me.
Yeah, whatever, you little pervert.
Tell me where I. It was actually wild to have when you read what I said versus when you see what I walked into, is crazy.
I would have given anything for to see your face. Of just like, was it like shock? Was it awe?
Bro, oh
Was
wait, I
it-
forgot about this.
Oh God.
Like the gif I sent when I decided I was just gonna go. It's so funny.
What am I reading from the top?
Just from the top.
Can I read it?
Yeah, sure.
John says, I'm not going to be joining for dinner as I'm already getting a drink with Pat, but we are for sure linking up for the post-dinner bevy. Oh, yes, it's no dinner, just drinks, so please come with Pat, blah, blah, blah. I decided to book a room. Oh, shoot. Okay, we just met his girlfriend for a drink at the Spring Lounge. We'll head that way shortly. Yes, take your time, but just hanging. Bar is great vibes. And then John sent a gift from, what is this, Wyatt Earp? Tombstone. You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me with a big fucking shotgun.
I didn't know I
And
was
then,
going to a 16-year-old birthday.
Bro, he just writes back, oh, Lord.
No, she does.
She does. So this kid.
Tell me, find in that text.
Yeah, no,
where
I
it
mean-
says it's a goddamn birthday.
I mean, yeah, no, like, unless somebody did a bad job here, like the husband was supposed to fill you in or something.
No one did nothing.
Because this just reads as, like, yeah, we're going out as adults. So imagine you're inviting someone to come to your 16-year-old daughter's party, and he responds with a fucking gif of it's not Val Kilmer. Who is that? It's
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell with a shotgun saying, you tell him I'm coming and hell's coming with me. And she just writes back, oh, Lord.
I thought I
With a
was going to meet them at the bar, dude. The text before that is take your time, but yeah, we're just hanging. Bar is great vibes.
Yeah, no, you are right. You were swindled. You got duped. You were led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked. But
I walked in there. I was like, what are all these children doing? I thought you said they were great vibes. What are the children doing here?
the exact opposite of great vibes.
What time
there
is
are
this at?
children here.
What time was that at? This is a Friday night at. Oh wait, it's actually earlier than I thought it was.
This is
Friday night at 8 p.m.
absolutely. I think I've said this like 5 or 6 times in our lives that we need a TV show just to have a pilot. We have like 5 or 6 pilot episodes. This is the one though. This is the one, and I mean, and this whole aesthetic would be it. What'd you wear? What'd you look like? Because I kind of like this like trucker vibe. Like this looks like you just got off the rig and you're rolling. You're like, what's up, kids?
Dude,
I'm bringing hell with me.
I know what I was in because it got commented on. Like, nice sweatshirt. I was in my orange Noah sweatshirt, my big like coat that I was wearing in Amsterdam, and a pair of like checkered pants. And
All right,
sneakers.
no, but that's you were so you were like stylish that night.
But even the mom was like, "Would you just come off the ranch?" Like she commented on it. Or not? What'd she say? Were you just hunting? Because I had a bright orange sweatshirt on. No, dude, I was at a bar with my friends. Got tricked into coming to a kid's birthday party.
Dude, the way I wouldn't even like we've written the script. I wouldn't change anything. You said there were great vibes. There's a bunch of kids here. I mean, that is So goddamn funny, man. Only fucking you, bro. Only you. It gets weird. Like even when you do have kids and you have a reason to be there, like this little kid who's at all these like things that I go to with my kids. He calls me Shay's dad or Keegan's dad, depending on like which kid is around at the moment. And then this weekend he just started calling me dad. I was like, I don't know what this means. It's like, I don't know what's going on.
That's zaddy to you, bud.
But then like, you know, like I'm playing with Shay, I'm dancing with Shay, and like I'll pick her up and shit, and then like other little girls are like, "Can you do that to me?" And I'm like, "Oh, no." I'm like, Frank, you know, no, I'm not diddling. I'm just playing with my kid. Like they, you know, they don't know, and I'm like, "No, go find your parents." We were at a thing the other day. It was a bowling alley / arcade, and the arcades these days you have to buy like those credit cards, you know, and then you have points and shit. Yeah, power cards. So I'm buying one for Shay, and these kids form a fucking line behind her. These two other girls. And I give Shay her card, and this girl's like, "Can I have one too?" And I was like,
Your power card?
"Yeah." I was like, "Is your dad here?" And she was like, "No."
Was your poor father?
Is your dad here? Does he have a job? What's his W-2 look like, you little broke bitch?
Oh, no, your dad's EBT isn't working on this game.
But I bought like fucking $40 worth of cards for these random kids I didn't know. That feels weird too. Because you know what's going to happen is their parents do eventually come around and they go,
I meant vodka, but thank you.
then their parents come around and they go like, "Wait, how are you playing these games?" And they go, "That man over there bought it for me." And then I look like the fucking creep. Meanwhile, I'm like, "It's just because you're poor and absentee. That's why I bought these fucking cards for these kids."
Just trying to get your kid a stuffed animal. Sorry, I'll back off, I guess.
All right, we're in Arizona. The weather goes from like 75 down to like 40. We're going to go back to New York where we can get anything ranging from sleet and snow to a balmy 50-degree day. All of this weather, all of these occasions, whether I'm doing a podcast or going to work or going out or hanging out with my kids, all of this weather, all of these occasions, Allbirds fits the bill every single time. They are the shoe that is comfortable, stylish, and environmentally safe. They are... they started out being known by like the fucking Silicon Valley tech guys, right? And you think to yourself, those guys are smart and they are cutting edge, but you also don't think to yourself like they know what they're doing when it comes to fashion, right?
No.
Then you see the Allbirds and you realize that they make them from legit materials, they make them in all different sizes and styles, and that they go with everything. And you're like, all right, maybe these guys know what they're talking about. The Allbirds, you can
Turns out they're ahead of the curve once again.
Who knew? You can actually use them to work out. Like, I love when people, like, think about how many people buy running shoes and never run in them, you know?
A lot.
Yeah, like the vast majority of running shoes.
Most of them. Yeah.
And so if you actually want to work out, you can do that in the Allbirds trainers. If you're just looking for a casual look or an everyday wear and you want to make it affordable, stylish, and environmentally conscious, that's where Allbirds comes in. We had, last winter, I rocked the Sherpa pair. They had like a Sherpa interior, which somehow didn't make your foot sweaty. It was awesome. It was like warm, but it's still a sneaker. It was the best. Get them this winter. You won't regret it. Go to allbirds.com right now to get your pair. That's ALLBIRDS. That's allbirds.com. Get the wool trainers, the wool runner, whatever you want. It'll look good, feel good. Allbirds.com. All right. Let me run through a couple other things, and then we'll do voicemails, because there was a couple good internet things, I thought. I'm going to go back to our group text.
Yeah, I have one open.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is, and this I want the whole gang to chime in here. This is the new rules for behavior.
Oh, yes. I haven't read this, though.
Oh, no, have I?
Okay.
No, so there's like...
so I want to go through
I'm
these.
going to get...
This was a big thing, New York Magazine.
Yes.
Do you know how to behave? Are you sure? Presenting 194 updated rules for existing in polite society. Now, this is I haven't read it, so I don't know if I can't co-sign it yet or whatever. But this is exceptionally necessary. Yes. Because like
society's changed quite a bit,
big time, and the rules have not updated. When you're talking about tipping and all that shit, like 20% on when you're just swiping or picking up, and all like there's a lot of things that technology have changed, and the way we do things that have changed, and all of a sudden the old rules are still in there. So before we even get into it, it's like I hope this is good, and if it's bad, somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing needs to write this.
So they are. So I guess to start, so it's broken down into categories.
Okay.
The new rules for friends and lovers, strangers and others, going out and staying in, tipping, work, the city, parenting.
Oh my god.
Posting and texting.
Okay.
So you guys,
Let's do
pick
one from each thing.
Thanks, Jack.
Are you fucking kidding me? You just got him empty cups and a bottle? Pour the fucking drink.
Jack, this is perfect. Would anyone else like one?
Nobody better than you. Yeah, I'll take one. I'll take one glass of New Amsterdam vodka, please. One of the finest in the game. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Brought us this house. You can sip on it.
Okay.
You can shoot
So,
it.
Jack,
you can mix it.
What we're doing here now is we're going to learn the new rules of society, so to speak.
Let's do one from each at a time, you know?
Okay, one from each.
So
Okay.
start with friends and lovers.
New rules for friends and lovers. Okay, this one's kind of interesting.
Okay.
I didn't know this. This is for friends and lovers. Rule 2, you may callously cancel almost any plans up until 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., there's still ample time for your friend, if they so choose, to text around and find another dinner companion. By 3, they almost certainly will be alone for the night. This doesn't apply if you want to cancel on someone who is cooking for you. In that situation, you tell them the night before.
Wait. So this implies what? That like
After
in
2
yester?
p.m.
No, I know what it means, but like in yesteryear, 2 p.m. was like not enough time to find a replacement because you can't just like text somebody or DM somebody.
Yeah, yes, that's that. This
access.
doesn't really like surprise me. Comparable to years past. This is just something I didn't know. I thought day of you're locked in. There have been many a time day of where like 11 a.m. I wish I could cancel, but I'm like, it's too late. Like,
I agree, but also I would say if we're gonna put a number on it, like 2 p.m. is the absolute latest.
2 p.m. for sure.
Yeah, because it's still like mid afternoon. Once you're to 3, you're basically to like late afternoon, evening, and then that's like your plans start.
Yeah.
So, but also, I'd like to write my own one. You can cancel plans whenever you want because deep down, you want to cancel plans too, and we should all remember that when you get canceled on, that it's like pay it forward.
See, I disagree.
That one day
with that.
you get to
it
cancel.
depends. There are times, no doubt. I'm happy I got canceled on, but I'm pretty excited for something. Like if I'm be it like
being excited for things.
Gay
boy.
The movies. What's happening right now?
This is a live stream up your nostrils.
Wait, can I see that?
Is this on?
You want
Is this-
something really gross?
Is this being live streamed to the internet right now?
Come
Yeah.
here.
Are people watching right now?
Yeah, just in case we need a different camera.
Oh, what
So is my mustache like ridiculous?
Wait, why is your nose like hooking into your lips like that?
Like my hair looks so weird.
How did you figure this out, bro? Because I agree, but how do you know that?
I think you can almost tell better.
They're very like, yeah, they're like, yeah. Well, but it's like they're flat.
It's like a porcupine.
Yes, I couldn't figure out what it was. It's a porcupine. That is, if there's anybody watching that was very.
Is that actually live?
Harrowing.
Oh, that's live on the internet?
That-
Oh, I see. Here's this one. I haven't read it yet. So these are longer than we expected them to be. I thought they're going to be like one rule.
Yeah.
It says don't use friends as foreplay. Already disagree. If, as a couple, you start an argument in the middle of a group of friends, that group of friends may start looking at a lot like potential allies. Resist that urge. Do not attempt to shore up the support. Do not ask if you are clearly in the right. Continue debating with your significant other if you must, but leave the others out of it. Okay, so that I agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't tell my friends that I'm gonna fight.
Bro, that's a very weird way to word that.
Yeah,
Use your friends as foreplay.
because using your friends as foreplay, I am all for.
I was like, wait,
If, like-
are we doing some kinky like group sex shit?
I know I have friends who I've gotten laid that night, like by their significant other, because they had fun when we were out.
yeah.
Like
absolutely. For sure.
oh yeah, bring the laughs, have a good time,
I
like,
got you that nut.
whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like that is very fine. This I don't understand. No, I have been like asked that, and like I've had friends vent to me. That's one thing that's completely different. But be like, dude, I'm right? Like I don't fucking. If one thing particularly too, if I'm friends with both of you,
Right.
Like no, I don't fucking care. Don't tell me about any of this shit.
This is a great one. I don't know if this has anything to do with, again, like the new modern world, or if it's just like, hey, we forgot to write this one down on the original commandments. If someone starts telling you a story you've heard before, you have 2 seconds to tell them. Otherwise, you got to sit through that fucking story.
Oh, I think it is. So here's a caveat to that. If you are telling a story, and this is as someone who tells repeat stories a lot, I've probably told this before. And in that case, you can either go you're like, yeah, you have, but tell it.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I got it.
Right.
Like, I think,
But if you don't, and you're just a repeater, you can't like halfway through be like, I know the story, dude.
Right.
You gotta make a decision as an adult. Am I going to embarrass this person right now and tell them and make and have them feel like, oh fuck, or am I going to ride this out?
but that's only allowed one-on-one. If it's in a group,
Oh
you
yeah.
shut your goddamn mouth.
That's totally.
But yeah, also if you're a person who tells stories a lot, make sure you always have that. Be like, I might have mentioned this before. I might have told you this before, and then they have the window to say.
This is a good one for the modern world. It's okay to ghost after one date.
Oh, fuck off. That's not a ghost at all.
Yeah, that's just like we went on a date and like didn't.
Yeah. Like that's. I mean,
Well,
I guess,
no, but
I guess you should say like.
the idea is like, should I say, hey,
Hey, it didn't go that well.
Yeah, I think you went out one time. That's not you have not earned any level of like.
Yeah.
I need to explain myself.
And obviously, if one is okay, one date's okay. Less than one is okay.
Totally. And
I've given
also,
my
it's
number
like
out and I've just never replied to that person ever again.
the main thing is like, what you really want me to just send something that's gonna be a blatant lie?
Right.
I'm gonna whatever I do say to you is gonna be a lie. Is that much better? If you ghost someone, stay gone forever. Also agree with that.
I don't think so. I'm the fucking monster under your bed, kid.
Knock knock. I'm back.
Get a couple new Amsties in me over at Super Bowl week or the big game week.
If you're a dating adult, you should own lube.
What?
Just like everybody's got to have lube in their bedside table. It's 2023, man. You got to have your lube at the ready.
Bro, I don't have a bedside table.
Imagine if you just had lube on the fucking ground. Oh no, you'd have lube in your sheet pockets.
I got a fucking clone of Willie in my top drawer, but no fuck water anywhere to be seen.
That's such a great brand name. Fuck water. I love it.
The lube is the I like to count myself. I'm like, I don't need lube, and I'm getting up there. Lube, I can see lube being helpful.
One more from dating, and then we'll move on. If your friend is dating someone, and we've talked about this before, so if your friend is dating someone you seriously object to, you have one shot to sit your pal down and say so. I notice how they say these things for guys and girls. Some of these are gendered.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think for guys, it's very different to sit down and be like, yo, that girl sucks, versus a girl doing it to other girls.
Guys, you can't really do it until it's like a guy. I don't even know if you can ever. I know you
did it once.
I
did it once, and that's why I do. I think it has to be the closest guy in your life, and it's got to be a catastrophically bad thing. Like this was married girl, dangerous husband, going like a marriage that could go nowhere in life. You're becoming a worse friend. And I was like, dude, totally disagree with this. And he said, thank you for your input. And he disregarded me for like a couple more months. And then it was the ultimate I told you so. But
yeah, you're always right. It's just like basically you don't get to say anything. You have to be a silent soldier, like all soldiers. You just fucking march on.
Take
and
your
then
orders. Yep.
You pick up the pieces when
When
they
they're
drop the
inevitably
bomb.
right.
When,
Yeah,
when the fucking sarin gas comes in, you got to share masks because it's gonna get bad. But I mean, like you can't because like if you do it early, they're gonna be like, "Fuck you, dude. We don't even really know her yet." And then after early, it's too late.
Right.
Like there is
Yes.
really no.
There's no
If,
there's
if you
no
do it
middle
like
ground
after
with
2 dates, I'm like, bro, I don't like.
Yes.
I don't know. Like maybe you might be right, but like,
Yeah, but
none
fuck
of us,
you,
None of
yeah.
us know definitively.
Right. All right, this is the first one for strangers and others. Love this rule, and I think we can expand upon it. If you've met someone and they clearly don't remember your name, you say, "Hi, we've met. I'm Kevin." I think we need to normalize either reintroductions from like the mutual friend or the people involved. Like I don't.
How about just don't be weird when I say, "What's up, baby"?
How about when I say, "Hey, mommy"?
Yo, what's up, baby?
I think we need to, and I have not fully worked this into my social life, my social game, but I'm a big fan of like if you're just like, we met before, right? But I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. You know what I mean? Just like fucking say it.
Yeah.
Like even I think even being like,
I mean, like this is going back to the first thing we started in the podcast. I would not say it still. I would like. You're right. We should say no. We should do this, but
there needs to be a word for this because this is all very wordy. We need to sum this up, and you can be like, "You're a blank to me," you know, and it's like, "Oh, okay," you know what I mean? Like
a visage. It's like an apparition. Right? You're like you're kind of real, but you're not really real to me.
Hello, you're a visage to me. And then they go, oh, okay, my name's Kevin.
Yeah,
like I get
you're
it.
a visage.
I don't know if I don't know if apparition and visage, and then they appear once they.
Yeah. Now,
okay.
okay. Now you're a person.
Okay, psycho. But if there was a way to say it, and you would go, like, it's kind of like my idea for the pineapple breakup, where it's like, this is just a sign to sum it all up. If I could just say to you, hey, man, I guess it's an acquaintance is what I'm looking for.
Visage.
Visage.
One thing I've said before, and I'll say again, my friend does for me is be a gangster, and when they're coming over, or you're coming to meet you,
Yeah,
give
them
you're
clip
with
notes,
people
right?
that they've met. You've met Rick. He's
But
in the orange
that's
shirt. You
the-
met Tom. He's in the blue shirt. You met Steve. He's in this.
You got to have, like, smart friends who know that. Basically, it's girls. You got to have, like, the women in your life that do that, you know?
Yeah.
To take proactive. Like, I'm just going to be like, oh, John's not going to know anybody. I'm just going to let him flounder.
And I'm going to come in and go, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, good to see you.
How you been? Let's see if there's another good one.
I think we should keep this a recurring segment, so let's not do them all.
Okay.
And we'll come in.
All right, we'll do going out and staying in. Don't foist your allergies onto a dinner party.
Oh, I love a good foisting. You don't foist? I foist all the time. Dude.
Foist sounds like
Nah,
a
I'm
word.
kidding. I never foist.
Foisting is a word that sounds strangely sexual to me.
Foist?
Yeah, it's like a moist mixed with like fucking.
Dude.
She was foist, bro.
Did I ever tell you you looking up foisting over here? It's like to push on. To force upon.
That's just someone saying forced with an accent.
Yeah.
Hey, foista.
I foisted her. I foisted myself upon her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, foista.
What are you doing, Ricky?
Bro, it's a
I'm
lot.
foisting myself on her.
It's
Don't
like-
worry about it. Everything's gonna be just Jack.
Rape is a lot funnier when you do that voice. Yeah, I foisted myself upon her. It's funny, man. We're all just laughing at it for some reason. I foisted myself.
Baby, it's cold outside. Why don't you stick around so I can foist myself on you?
How about this?
Hey, why
This
don't you
is
drink
good.
up? I'll tell you.
For group dinners with friends, always split the bill evenly. Let's just make that a universal rule.
No, I disagree with that.
What?
I disagree with that.
What?
Yeah. With friends? With friends? With the boys?
Like you want to split like based on who ate what?
Oh, no. I just mean one person picks it up, someone else picks it up. We're friends.
Oh,
It'll-
okay.
it'll
Well,
get got-
but that eventually is the idea of splitting it evenly.
Yeah, but like that's like
Okay,
like
fine.
if-
So then you want to take it a step further, but that's tough to sometimes ask people to be like, "This $1,000 bill is on you."
well, I don't have that many friends. we
Well,
usually in the $200, $300 range, the four of us. Yeah, no, I actually, my mom would tell the story. New Boston Bakery, Fall River, Mass. She was behind these two old women in line, getting their lunch for the day, and they both had their change purses out, and they were paying each separately. And they turned around and they said to my mom, "We've been best friends for 80 years because we always pay our own share." And I was like, I disagree with that. If my friend was fucking picking out the change out of his pockets to pay, I'd be like, "Hey, dude, I got this one."
I'll never forget, man. The guy I used to live with used to send us an Excel spreadsheet splitting the toilet paper and the toothpaste and everything down to like 4 ways, and I was like, "Kill yourself, man."
I had a friend who would Venmo me if I bought like the group around the shots. He'd Venmo me his shot. I was like, "Dude, that's not like." That makes us all feel very. Our friendship feel transactional.
Yes.
Like, I don't like that. At all.
Yeah. It's like we're gonna do this again, and you can get mine.
You get the next.
It's okay.
One.
Yeah.
You do this again in 10 minutes. Get it done.
So yeah, I mean, we'll continue to go through the New York Magazine new rules for tip for.
I think that's a good segment because it's kind of about 2 months worth. So.
Yeah, and it's also I think a lot of these suck too.
Yeah.
So we will make our own. Fuck the New York Magazine. We'll do it KFC Radio style, where it's like
Whoopin' Gangnam Style.
we
Just another way we could do it.
we need to make some specific ones for like degenerate life too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like true. What's like a good? We need to end the segment with a true KFC Radio one. Like what happens if you what do you do if you just wreck somebody's sheets in bed?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Something like that. Like what if like you just leave someone with a fucking mess? Like if you pee in your bed or there's cum in the bed or blood in the bed.
I mean, I've only dealt with I've dealt with cum too, but usually that's we both know it's there. The piss is the piss I'll leave you with. Blood, I've never had blood never my blood in the bed.
You never had blood like sex that was
I mean,
bloody?
it's their blood and it's their bed. That's their own problem.
Yeah, I just
I've left a bloody woman in bed before.
yeah, I wrapped her up in a carpet, threw her in a dumpster. What do you mean, man?
God, that? Yeah, no, I'm not a prude. Sure.
All right, what's a good one then? What's a
that was something I wanted to say to Ashton Kutcher today.
What?
That I didn't get a chance to. I wanted to tell him that when we were talking. It was weird because with those hard half-hour interviews,
It's so tough.
like I don't even I don't want to time in to make a joke because I don't want to derail things.
By the way, we've gotten very good at it. We get through a lot in a half hour, and we
like
get
it's one subject you can do a half hour.
totally.
So it's like a half hour. Like I don't even really kind of chime in. Like even today we were doing the vibrator thing. And I was like, I should bail on it. But I wanted to talk about the period playlist.
Period playlist.
In No Strings Attached, she makes.
Oh
a period playlist, and I was gonna be like, yeah, dude, like I stole that move from you. Like I used the period playlist. And he was gonna go, really? I was gonna go, no, dude, periods are gross.
Your vibrator analogy was
Spot
nails.
on. Yeah, spot on.
I don't think he cared to discuss it, but I was like, this is fucking accurate.
Yeah.
This
if
is
you
accurate.
ever want to talk chat GPT and sex toys versus penis play, I'm in.
Come to KFC Radio. It was
It is
like,
dildos
Ashton
are
Kutcher
better.
was
You're
talking
right. It's way
about
better.
will AI take over the world, and he was like, well, you know, it's a very important tool, but you still need the human element. And John was like, it's like vibrators for chicks. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah,
it's like vibrators didn't make dicks obsolete. Neither will fucking AI. All right. That's a good one. Okay, for KFC Radio rules. You can bring your sex toys into the bed like right away. Fucking right away. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like date one, hook up night one night stand. Bring them out. I don't give a shit. Let's go. Let's make this as fun as possible.
Bring them out. I like that. You know what you should do? Grab bag sex toys day one.
Ooh, like dealer's choice or like
Yeah,
just
you ever
like
do like grab bags with nips?
Yeah.
Start a party.
Yeah,
Like,
but it could be
everyone's
like
got
a butt plug in this case.
Like, all right.
And it's just like,
yeah, be like, I don't know. My
this is
reach
going
right
in
there.
somebody's ass.
And she comes out with a fucking duffel bag. Looks like something Ben Affleck carries on AR-15s with. I just watched Triple Frontier. So.
It's another human. You pull out a person.
Any toy? It's like hits this, the fucking this thing opens up. All right, maybe I fucked up.
Okay, another thing that I sent. This is a good one for Answer the Internet, kind of. Which one of these are you picking? You have to score. We're talking basketball here. You have to score on a 5th grader, you get $1 million. An 8th grader, you get $10 million. A varsity high school player is $50 million. A Division I hoops player is $100 million. An NBA player is $500 million. And prime Kobe Bryant is $600 million. Which are you picking?
I mean, this is pretty easy. Fucking backing down that 5th grader. And I'm going to tell him.
Just taking Mill.
Tell him how much fucking candy I have in my pocket, too.
I'll be honest, though. I think if you are going to body a 5th grader, you could probably body an 8th grader.
Yeah, nah, because they're. I mean, like I'm imagining like not the greatest 8th grader alive, because not even the greatest 5th grader alive I couldn't be, but like I'm imagining it's a solid player, and there's some big ass fucking 8th graders.
8th graders,
There's
yeah,
some-
dude. There's some like. That's what's tough about these is like, yeah, the kids these days are like freaks. Like you see some of these the football player kids who are like
Right.
8th grade and they look like they're fucking pros already.
Dude, I remember my
The 8th
high
grade
school-
kids are fucking posterize you, dunk on you, and clown you.
My high school graduation party. We were playing basketball in my yard, and we were like picking teams, shit like that. And my buddy.
You were playing basketball at your like that late in your life?
No, it was just like we were drunk and just like.
Okay, I was gonna say I can't imagine you being like, let's play ball, fellas. Like when you're like 18.
It was not my idea. It was not like it was like my entire school was there. My whole grade was there.
Oh, okay.
Someone started playing.
Got it,
and
got
we
it.
all started playing, and we were like picking teams, and it was like basically just the hockey guys playing at this point,
Yeah, when you guys just beat people up.
and none of us are good.
Yeah,
And
you ruin every basketball game you've ever played. Playing basketball with hockey guys sucks.
sucks.
Because you also look like a pussy where it's like, can you like stop elbowing me in the
foul.
neck? Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are you, a bitch,
Right,
dude?
right.
But my buddy who had first overall picked my sister because she was the only person who played basketball.
Oh no.
And she was just raining on us.
Yeah,
and it was
that's
like,
also
and at the
shitty.
time, Neely was like fucking, I don't know,
Like in 4th
like
grade,
7th grade, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was a senior in high school, she was probably in like 7th grade.
Doesn't she like have the all-time leading score for her school and shit?
She's like, I don't know where it is, but yeah, she's just fucking dropped buckets.
Yeah.
She's definitely not leading, but like she was like the next year in the paper, like when like the team wasn't doing well, like the coach's statement to the paper was like, Paulina Feidelberg's not walking through that door.
Yeah.
Like, which he took from fucking Patino.
That's
but like, he
fucking great.
I think it's still on the
That
fridge.
feels awesome, I bet. Perhaps who would you take? Are you confident, like a high school?
I'm confident up to a high schooler.
I mean,
as
the
far as I'm
jump
going.
from high school to Division I, by the way, is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is.
So, like, you got to be, you have to be a D1 or above player yourself to pick any of those final 3. I think that you can roll the dice and be like, if we just like check up one-on-one and I just shoot a jumper and make it,
That's what
and
I
I
was
get
thinking,
$50
yeah.
million, like,
But I'd
know,
rather
like-
can you get your own rebound and shit. This is like if you miss a goal.
I don't know. It just says you score on. I'm assuming it's like you first to one is how I imagine this.
Yeah.
Like once they score, the game is over. So like if let's say there's like a 16-year-old kid playing varsity. I mean, I guess for all the money in the world, he's going to be like up in your fucking grill. So it's not like you're going to get like an open look. But you could conceivably just be like, check, boom.
Yeah,
And if you hit a
I think
jumper, you get
I think it's
$50.
almost a guaranteed bucket with a high schooler. I'm just gonna back him down, or I'm just gonna like go by him. I think when it comes to anything above that, it's a 50% chance.
50%.
I'm going with a 50% chance. Yeah.
You think a 50% chance you're scoring on an
well,
NBA
just
player?
on just a jumper.
But he's going to play defense on you.
Bro.
But like,
You're
you're
if
saying
it's
you're
just a
saying
checkup, if it's just
50
like, but like so he's putting the
Bro,
ball
he's
in
gonna
my
he's gonna
chest,
put that in your
but he's
face
putting the ball on my chest.
so fast.
If he gives me,
He's gonna put it down your
If
throat.
he's in the NBA, he can hand you the ball from here, and he's swatting your shit.
this, like, let's say, how would you check up the ball?
If I'm in the fucking NBA,
How would you?
I'm checking this
Well, that's-
ball and I'm swatting this shit out of the
Bro, if you
fucking
think-
sky.
I think
I
it
gotta
all
see your
comes-
release. If you think you're fucking
I think it
like,
all
Steph
comes down
Curry
to
over here?
how far.
How quick
far
is your
he has to-
release, son?
I had a quick release. I
lucky
think it all comes down to
Paz.
how far his distance is where the checkup
dude,
is.
Pat's
don't
like,
even
bro,
think
but
it
Oswego, like, it was different.
My AAU team in Long Island, man.
No. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
find
yeah.
out. We'll find you an NBA player real quick.
Dude,
This is like
the remember the Harrison Barnes debate where like
yeah.
Tyler-
Could you score?
Could you score on Harrison Barnes for like $50 million?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "What are you fucking?" Not everyone. Like, a lot of people were like, "Yes," and then everyone else with the brain was like,
Are
"What are
you
you
fucking insane?" It was like you can run around the court. You don't have to like, play by any.
It was- you could shoot on any hoop.
Any hoop, and it
Yeah.
was like you still wouldn't. You still wouldn't. Yeah, I think it's probably a safe bet to just fucking body up a fifth grader. Fucking put your fucking boot in his face and lay it in.
That, I mean, like, yeah, I'll take a quick $1 million and then I'll invest that with Ashton.
You know what was the funniest thing of the group chat? So we send like all of our I send like all am I the assholes?
You said something too, didn't you?
Dude, that's the funniest thing.
What'd you
Jackie just sent this one thing that just went completely. It was like a couple and the way that they operate and have a good relationship, and it just was crickets.
Well, I saw it. I didn't even.
First of all, nobody responds to anybody. Second of all,
Was this?
Yeah, no, I
Are you
didn't-
making fun of this person?
No, I think I just send stuff that looks like it would be maybe on up your guys' alley.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't need responses.
Yeah,
from you
no,
guys,
I
but
didn't
now
think
that
I didn't think
know
anyone
that you were
responded
aware-
to me. Or I think those when those are sent. Yeah, I put gotta do that next step, but no one replied to it.
This.
I'm not gonna send anything anymore.
Did you like send this like agreeing
didn't
with these
read it.
people? Okay, yeah, because
You didn't read
I
it?
saw this.
Well,
this
hang on a second.
Well, it just looked
this
like
is so annoying. I hate this girl. I hate this girl automatically.
Look, see, you have something. You have
Yeah,
an opinion on it.
you're right. Okay, let's get into our voicemails, and then we'll get into Ashton Kutcher. What do we got? As Portnoy would say, fucking 5 days of radio with Dave Portnoy again this week. You know, I had to dig deep.
4 days.
4 days, that's right. I had to dig deep for Amsterdam. I'm going to fucking dig even deeper into radio with Dave. It's February, and now is when everybody starts to fall off from their New Year's resolutions. Is when the gym starts to
Open up again.
thin out a little bit. What's that?
Open up again.
Yeah, basically. And that's what happens to everybody because they come up with some unrealistic resolutions or they don't come up with a real plan. And that's where FitBod comes in, where they will help you come up with a plan that lasts all year long. It's an app that creates workout routines that are personalized to your goals, to your fitness level, to your availability, to your equipment. All very realistic. Like, here's the deal. Let's do it for me. I'm a bag of bones. I'm injured. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of motivation. I have a bad diet, and I hate working out. Figure it out, FitBod.
Honestly,
will.
like FitBod will help with that very much because it is. I used to think it was like you had to have a personal trainer, and it's not.
You
need to have something or someone or something just holding you accountable.
Right.
And if you're like, I know I have 4 workouts this week. I have to get like.
Whether it's a person yelling it at you or your app.
It doesn't even like matter. Like you don't even need to push notification. You just need to know it exists.
Yep.
You need to know you promised 4 workouts this week, and like, okay, I'm in. I have to do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna get it done.
And so they'll come up with all these exercises. It won't overtrain you. You won't get burned out. It'll last all year long. And whether you're in the weight room or the bedroom, FitBod has you covered all year round. And they've got the demonstration videos in HD, so it's not just like it'll actually show you how to accomplish these workouts and reach your goals. Go to fitbod.me/KFC. That's fitbod.me/KFC and get 25% off your subscription or try the app for free when you go to fitbod.me/KFC.
What's good, KFC? Wanted to reach out. I was just thinking the other day, was at a house party at my place back in college, and had been boozing all day, it was a game day, come out of a blackout in the middle of a house party, middle of a keg party, my own place. Look down, tons of people there, and I'm drinking a fucking glass of milk. I don't know at what point I decided to grab it. Don't know why I decided to. I thought that was the best option at that point. But look to the girls and people I was with, like, how fucking long have I been drinking milk? Like, I don't know. You grabbed it from the fridge, thought it was kind of fucking weird. So my question is, what is the weirdest thing that you've come out of a blackout and just been like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I doing this? Where the fuck am I? I don't know. Let me know.
John's
Get
like
back
a
to
room of 16-year-old girls.
Oh, I kidnapped a puppy, obviously.
Yes. Shout out L.
Hell, dude.
Shout out
Yeah,
11.
I woke up with a dog on my fucking chest.
Yeah.
Wasn't my dog. I thought I'd rescued the dog. Turns out it was just the neighbor's dog. I thought I saved the fuck out of that dog, dude.
They were like,
I was
give
like,
it back, creep.
But here's the thing with Elle, whose real name was like Roy or something like that. It was a guy. I called it a girl dog. I was so drunk I missed a penis. Not the first time that's happened. It was the but like she just followed me to the beach. Like it was like he
Wanted to.
needed to be rescued.
Yeah.
Like we were just hanging out on the beach playing catch.
I mean,
like,
a dog doesn't. No, a dog wanted to hang out with you doesn't mean it needs to be rescued.
Well, I didn't. But like, he just followed me around all night. Like it
Yeah.
was. I was like, yeah, all right, man. You want to crash at the house? Crash at the, like, you know.
Yeah.
I've had people just crash on the couch.
Why not
Fucking
you
set
too,
it up,
dog?
babe. I got you. Yeah,
Come
we
on
had
up.
dog food in the house because there was a dog there regularly. So yeah, when I Newport, Rhode Island, Pete Blackburn and DJ Bean were with me. We accidentally kidnapped a dog. So that was the weirdest thing I did. I also had one time where I was at West Deck in Newport, and it was a 4th of July. I couldn't even tell you what year it was, but it rained that 4th of July, like to the point where like it wasn't even like you don't wake up and go to the beach, you don't wake up and pretend you're gonna have a cookout. It's dumping all day right to the bar, like 10 a.m. At the bar. Woke up drunk, started drinking before the bar opened. Showed up at the bar, hammered, drunk. By noon, they were taking Gansets, like, and I know the bartenders there. It was like really my heyday in Newport. Where like I'd have to fucking slit someone's throat like ritualistic style to get kicked out of a bar, and it was I was just slamming these fucking Ganset tall boys, and I was like, I am drinking a million drinks. Like I was like crushing the can. I was like, another, like a fucking Viking. Like, give me another one. And like come like the end of the day, they were like, you are the most hydrated person here because we've just been taking cans out of the trash and filling up with water.
No,
and giving it to you.
that's fucking great. That's hilarious. I actually don't have one of these. Like I'm not a when I black out, I come out of my blackout in the morning.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've never had that really. I remember waking up. I remember David Wright's brother. He once either owned or managed or just bartended at a bar, and we met up once, me and my brother and him, and he poured out so many Jameson shots. It was like, I think he was trying to kill us because it was at an obscene rate. It was like I would finish one, put it down, and there'd be another one in front of me. And I was like, how did this happen again? And I remember waking up the next morning, like, lights on, bubble jacket still on. Like, when I say clothes on, like, fucking everything. And I was like, I felt like Sweet D. Like, am I in America? I remember being like, what day is it? Like, what happened here? But I don't come out of the blackout. Once I'm blacked out, it is see you fucking later. It's not a blackout if you're still able to like remember things and come out of it. You know. Next up,
Who's drinking enough milk?
that milk is funny.
Getting enough calcium.
That
in
is
your
really
system.
fucking funny. To, like,
He goes, how long have I been drinking milk?
the thought that like imagine if someone was like, dude, that's like your 6th glass. That's really funny. Like
as
you
a
were
new-
just downing milks, like pouring them out.
As a newly lactose intolerant person, I was like, tomorrow's gonna be a tough day. You guys think you're gonna have a tough day tomorrow? Like, I'm gonna have a tough day tomorrow, dude. Can't even fucking smell Cinnamon Toast Crunch anymore. I don't fucking adjust it.
What up, KFC Radio? It's your boy, Patio. Shout out to the whole gang. Shout out to Tico, Texas, and her weird-ass belly button. Was at the Philly show. Fucking electric. music video. Mwah. All right, quick question for you. Let's say I'm a magician. Oh, fuck. I guess I'd already be dead. Feits would have had me wiped off the face of the planet. But let's just say I can do magical curses. I curse one of you, doesn't matter which one. Immediately you have a vagina. Only way to get your dick back is to fuck another man. Who you fucking, and why is it each other? Viva.
Well, I mean,
Wait,
it is funny
wait.
how guys will twist the English language into being just like, you just ask me what guy I want to fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
like, don't worry, it was
roads-
a genie who gave you a
Yes.
pussy, and you need to do it to get a dick back. I'll tell you what guy I want to fuck. I don't care.
All roads lead back to fucking and sucking dudes. Who, what, when, where, why? Just fucking ask me, man.
Also, I can't believe this dude's from Philly because, one, he just looks like Boston. Two, I
Yeah.
could have sworn that was a South Bay Target. I've had some times in the South Bay parking lot.
yeah.
I mean, just witnessing. I mean, it's not like I was like a kid drinking or anything like that. It was just like the South. If you know about
Yeah.
South Bay,
It's like it's a
South Bay.
scene.
Me and Sean used to go. It was when I lived in my first apartment, which I don't think you ever came to. I lived in the South End in Worcester Square, and we used to go to Applebee's in South Bay on like Sunday mornings. Just
People
and
watch.
just drink margaritas. It was fucking dope, dude.
Yo, that's. Remember when Kanye was like, "Life is dope." that's you guys at fucking Applebee's at 9 a.m. So wait, he said, I lose my dick.
You get a vagina. The only way to get your dick back is you fuck a guy.
Okay, I thought that was your. Okay, that's what he said.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's literally what he
Okay,
said.
got it. Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, that was a great answer.
Don't make it weird, Kevin. Just shut up, man. Just play it cool, dude.
Dude,
Ashton, you can
can
fuck
we-
my pussy.
Kevin's got his legs spread like a gymnast, fucking lips open. What's up, Ashton?
Fuck, you made it weird.
I did.
Well, this is also another one of those, like, if you had a pussy and you're just trying to get your dick back, do you want to get banged out or do you want it to be like a Minuteman? I think I'd like to experience what it feels like to get fucked.
Dude, I'd be like, why? I was like, can we make it like 10?
Like, yeah. Can we like date for a little while? Can I have a boyfriend for 6 months? What if we got married?
I'd become the biggest prude. Like, dude, I don't want to fuck you because I get a dick back then, and I'm busy fingering myself. Like,
I'll
don't go
blow
on-
you. Don't worry. I'll suck your dick, but you're not fucking this pussy, man. I don't want this to end, man. I don't want that dick back. But come here. Let me suck your dick. But no,
I'm
I
like
think,
a fucking.
I think I would definitely like to get absolutely dick down and be like, wow, that's what it's like to just be like torn up.
See,
Like, you know what? You know when the chicks are like, oh, I'm sore,
Yeah.
and let's pretend it's real. They're not lying. Like, that's got to be cool. To be like,
It's gotta be cool,
yeah,
bro.
right? I think so.
I wake up every morning sore. It's the opposite. Of
Well, but like when you that's because it hurts and deep down you're depressed because your body is deteriorating at an alarmingly fast rate.
Oh, yeah.
When you get your fucking pussy banged out, it's a different. I bet it's a different kind of
See,
feeling.
here's the deal, though, and
Gotta
Timothy,
stop
this is what
talking
you're
like
gonna have to
this
deal
on
with.
a- sorry, continue. What?
this is an issue Timothy's gonna have to deal with. Like, if you trying to bang me out, bro, if you're trying to fuck me, I got a fight or flight, and my shit says fight. So like, we're gonna fight. Like, if you want to fuck me hard while I'm fighting back, fine. But we're fighting. Like this is gonna be a wrestling match. Like, dude, if I'm shirtless in bed with another man, I'm wrestling.
His dick might be in my pussy, but I'm wrestling. I'm putting him in a headlock.
This is
Throwing some graps.
what's the last thing Timothy Chalamet sees before he fucks me? Let's go, kid. Let's go, kid. You want to fuck?
Heidelberg in a singlet, just fucking ready to shoot some graps.
Swiping at his ankles. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim. Where's that Dune training at now, baby? Come on, you and Momoa fucked around on set like this. I know.
But like you could go the other route and just be like root and be like, just give me some fucking Minuteman 2-pump jump, give me my dick back,
Yeah.
That
If
way,
you were gay.
that way I don't even fucking know what that's the. Then I will never know what it's like, What if you get banged out, get your dick back, and all you want is a pussy? That's a danger. See, all right, no, now
Waiting for that guy in a Target parking lot.
now I'm flipping my
waiting
answer
for the
back.
Target G to come back to my pussy.
You're trying to recreate it every night, you know what I mean?
End
Throw
up
the
in
money in the fountain at the same time. Maybe it'll come back again. Because I think I changed my answer. If you get fucked and you really like it, and you can't have that genie come back, then you forever it'll be the forbidden fruit. You'll be chasing the high of the time you had a pussy. So give me the worst sex of a vagina's life,
Bro,
I don't even want to be thinking about that shit again.
I'd have dude in a bear hug. You know, it's like, don't let it come out yet. Don't let it come out yet. I'd have him fucking wrapped up.
He's tapping out.
Like, nah, dude. Once it's out, mama. Once it's out, I turn back into a pumpkin.
We have one more.
No, we don't. We're
That's
done.
it. That's it. We're done. Ashton Kutcher's on the show. Jesus Christ.
I don't watch. I don't look at pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like if somebody asked me like, what's going on with the Hubble, or is it what's going on with like the latest in like Alzheimer research, or what's going on the latest in like AI, or what's going on in the latest, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna be aware of that. I don't know about pop culture at all.
Okay,
Like,
so that was it Chat GPT or whatever? Is that going to be for real?
it is insanely.
Is that
for
going to
real.
replace
Is it? Like writers and shit?
podcasters? Can they do funny podcasts?
Here's the thing. So everybody was like predicting that software was going to take everybody's jobs, and it was like questionable. Like it helped people work. It were tools to help people work better. When the question comes about AI and whether or not it's going to replace people, it's far more likely that it could replace people. And so we have to be thoughtful about how we apply it, but it might change what people are good at. Because right now, you get a ton of credit if you're good at coming up with like the creative content or like the quality of the writing or the quality of the interview or the quality of whatever it is. I mean, you could go on right now and go on ChatGPT 3 and go, give me 10 questions that I should ask Ashton Kutcher in an interview.
You can do that?
Yeah, and it'll pop out 10 questions that are like legitimate, decent questions, right?
Yeah.
Better than anything we've asked them.
You can go on
That's how you know we don't use it.
You can go on ChatGPT 3 right now and say, who are the 10 greatest Yankees of all time? And it'll pop out arguably the 10 greatest Yankees of all time. Like it is that good. But knowing the prompt to give it is the thing that
How to use
you
it,
have
yeah.
you have knowing how to use it effectively is the difference between it giving you an extraordinary answer and giving you an answer that like anybody could give you.
Right.
And so but yeah, it's the real deal. It's
I feel like it's almost
Crazy
like a vibrator though, where like sometimes like
Use it in addition to?
like but like girls are
you're
like
gonna have ChatGPT whispering sweet nothings. Okay,
Well, like,
no. Tell her something more sexy. No. Yeah, like more like and more sensual.
well like girls will say
No,
like,
anything that'll turn her on. Just get her to sleep with me.
girls will say like oh it's great. But like sometimes you need skin to skin contact.
technically it's more impressive than
that's
the guy,
the
but they want to
ChatGPT
get-
for me.
yeah, they want
So
the
I
real thing.
think there's a decent likelihood that we went from like the agricultural age to like the industrial age, and it was like brute force and might that was the king of those eras. And then we came into this like knowledge economy where it was like just broad intelligence was allowed for you to be extraordinarily successful. And it may be that intelligence is about to be really commoditized, and everybody is going to have the smartest best friend in the world. And at which point in time we might move into like the kindness economy, where the only thing really left is like the service industry, where being a kind human and being good to others and being generous are the most valuable attributes that a person could have.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.